Hey everybody, so I have to retract a video. The Phillies Karen whole situation, nobody knows who she is. There have been many people who have been doxxed, who have been accused of being the Philly Karen, that are not, and things are going way too far with it. Yesterday, I found some very compelling posts that showed that she was fired from her job and properly identified. Now, that wasn't the main point of the video, and I'll get to all the main points that I made in that video here after this, but I want to clear it up. She's unidentified still, okay? And Grok goes through here and, goes through everything. You all know what happened. I'm not going to show the video because I got a copyright claim on it. Not really a copyright claim per se, but it's, or not copyright strike, but a copyright claim. Revenue generated during this period will be paid to the appropriate party, so I disputed it, but I went ahead and I privated this video. So I don't even care. I'm going to delete it in a few minutes. I just wanted all this to stay up here to show that showing 5 seconds of a baseball game where no baseball was shown at all, just the Karen walking over and doing all that stuff. Apparently, the baseball league, whatever it is, I can't even think of it right now. Professional baseball thinks they own that footage completely entirely. So a 15-minute, however long this video was, 15-minute, 49-second video, showing 5 seconds of that, apparently warrants them claiming my video. So I just want to go ahead and say I'm not going to show any of it, but I will tell you all everything, okay? So most of this stuff is all fake, and I'm going to get through this. Look at this. Cheryl Richardson Wagner, okay? Early rumors on TikTok and X pointed to this New Jersey woman who posted on Facebook denying it. Okay, everyone, I'm not the crazy Philly mom, but I sure would love to be as thin as she is and move as fast. And I'm a Red Sox fan. She faced harassment but was cleared. Leslie Ann Kravitz. Anonymous ex-post claimed she was a teacher at Hamilton Public School. This is the one that I covered. In New Jersey and had been fired over the incident. The district issued a statement. The woman identified on social media as Philly's Karen is not and has never been an employee of the Hamilton Public Schools. Anybody who works for our school district, attended as a student, or lives in our community would obviously have caught the ball barehanded in the first place, avoiding the entire situation. That's amazing. That's an amazing statement. Saying the people in our community, they would have just snatched that thing out of the air like it was nothing. Yeah, that's a pretty ballsy statement. That's cool though. Karen, Kearney? Wow. Okay. That's definitely totally a real name. A fake Facebook post alleged she was a Philadelphia parking enforcement officer fired for the drama. Do you really think parking enforcement would fire someone like that? You're insane. They would have hired this lady. Obviously debunked as a hoax. So, it's just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know why this is happening this way. There are so many hoaxes involving this woman. This should have been a very simple, hey, this is really messed up. We should figure out who this is kind of thing, situation, and publicly shame them for going out to a public event and making an absolute jerk of themselves, right? But it turned into something so much worse than that. A great example, obviously, the band post-traumatic. This is so bad. As this person puts it here, lied about someone being at their concert to try and go viral. It's so bad. There's only one point that could possibly be sarcasm in this whole post. They try to claim sarcasm now, and they're trying to walk this whole thing back. This was a very stupid thing for post-traumatic to do. This is what they posted. You guys tell me at the end of it where the sarcasm is, and I'll kind of tell you where it is. You know what I mean? Karen strikes again. Outrage erupted after a woman heartlessly grabbed a home run ball from a young boy during a Philadelphia Phillies game on September 5th. What many don't know is that this isn't her first offense. A few weeks ago, the same woman attended an all-ages show where our band Post Traumatic was playing. Our guitarist, Joe Pribesh, saw a young boy in a wheelchair near the front of the stage and knelt down to give him a signed set list and a guitar pick. But this Karen, wearing one of our post-traumatic shirts, snatched the items from the boy's hands while shouting obscenities. Bassist Anthony Malandro tried to calm things down, but the woman stormed off, trashed our merch table, and left the venue, causing almost $20 in damage. We made things right with the fan after the show, not thinking much of it since things can get rowdy at a post-traumatic show. But after seeing the news, we felt the need to speak up. This maniac needs to be stopped. Children deserve to feel safe at both sporting events and rock concerts. Hashtag Phillies, Marlins, Karens, MLB, baseball. Okay. MLB is what I was thinking of earlier. Anyway, the only point of sarcasm that I could tell is sarcastic at all is this $20 in damage. That's really funny. I pointed it out last video. It was like $20 in damages. I was like, that's a funny thing to say. At that point, it's nothing. Well, that's probably what they thought was sarcastic. But everything else is read so... Like, how is anybody supposed to tell this is sarcasm? They could have made things up like she completely T-Rex, started stomping down our merch table, flipping off kids at the concerts, you know, just cussing out a bunch of... really ham the story up. This is too realistic. Like, trashes the merch table and causes $20 in damage. I could just imagine her just throwing everything off the table. Couple things get damaged that aren't really that valuable. That's what I imagine when you say something like that. Everything they said here is incredibly plausible. Incredibly plausible. So when someone's sitting here trying to say that this is all sarcasm, we're walking it back, this is fake news, you know what they were calling fake news? Often? I'll see if I can find, like, maybe a comment of theirs. But people would just post this in quotations. And then they would respond fake news. That is mind-blowing to me. Let's see. I don't think I can... Let me just see if I can fake news. Maybe it'll actually show their exact comment. Nope, I'm guessing not. Well, it's a bummer. At the end of the day, that's kind of just what they were doing. Posting fake news on all their comments, and all people were doing was just literally quoting what they said. And they're like, oh, this is fake news. And it's like, no, then that means you just created fake news. That's all that means. So it's very frustrating to see that going on. I have no idea who the Phillies Karen is. And at this point, with literally the boy being, and I hope I don't get copyright stricken for showing an image here. They came out, gave him a gift basket. This dude here ended up giving him a signed baseball bat. I mean, they really went out of their way and made it right. That's what ended up happening. Karen may go off and have her baseball, but she will forever look at this footage as a major embarrassment, I would imagine. It's probably very embarrassing. There's a reason why she hasn't come out and defended herself. She's ashamed of what she has done. I have no doubt about it. Very embarrassing. She's seen how the internet has reacted, and she's probably not going to show herself in public for quite a while. At this point in time, I no longer care who she is. It's all been made right, and too many people have actually genuinely been damaged from this situation that had nothing to do with it. It really does put into perspective how perhaps going out of our way to dox somebody on the internet that does something silly, maybe that's not the proper thing to do, right? Maybe the proper thing to do is to let the institutions who witness this happening, you know, whatever stadium this is. I'm not sure what stadium this is specifically. It's in Philly. There's only one stadium, I bet. I don't know it. I'm not really a sports guy myself. I'm like an enjoyer of sports, but I'm not a connoisseur. Okay? I'm a musician. That's where I focus 99% of my stuff. So, whoever runs that, just permanently ban her. If there was a law broken, arrest her. But at the end of the day, what we should be doing is calling on the people who ran this event, that ran this Major League game at this stadium, to take action. That's as far as it really should go, in my opinion. I don't want to ruin people's lives. Philly Karen, she could have just been having a bad day. What if she was just having literally a mental breakdown? Like, quite literally, everything in her life was wrong. Everything in her life was going wrong. Baseball comes her way, almost gets it. And then, it ends up getting out of her way and all. She just melts down. It's like, look, people do that sometimes. It's never right. It's never okay. Ban her for doing this. But you never know how awesome of a person this person could have been all the way up to that point. Right? I have my doubts, but you just don't know. And at the end of the day, I don't want people's lives to get ruined for one event coming out. You know what I mean? One thing that they did that they probably deeply regret. And again, I could be completely wrong about this. She could actually think she's in the right still. And she could actually just be as cocky and go out and do this again later. I don't know. Okay? But it's probably better for us to take the high road on this. Especially seeing the amount of people. Two people at least. Two people really got some absolute crap when they weren't even there. I think it's a little dangerous to be doing this. That's just my opinion. I'm retracting what I did in my video. I'm sorry that I even reported on it. I should have done more fact checking. I'm not going to let that happen again. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.